Hello, so today I want to speak with you about your clairs and helping you to know which clair is your strongest clair. Now, firstly, your clairs are your psychic abilities or your energetic senses. And there are many different clairs like clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, clairaudience, which is clear hearing, claircognizance, which is clear knowing, and clairsentience, which is clear feeling. And there are other smaller ones too, but yeah, these are the four main ones. Now, we have them to varying levels or varying degrees. And like I've also said before, we have them all. We have them all, okay? But we have them to varying levels and varying degrees. And so when you are developing your clairs, your psychic abilities, it helps to start with your strongest ability. But how do you know which ability is your strongest? And so there are a couple ways to do this. The easiest way is to pay attention to your language. When you say things like, "This feels this way to me," then you're probably dealing with clairsentience as your strongest clair. If you were using that language a lot, "This feels this way to me," or "I am feeling this about this," if you were using that word feeling or "it feels," then yes. Okay, does that make sense? Or "I just know this," okay? That's claircognizance, right? So if you were saying, "I just know this," or "I have this knowing sense," right? This makes sense to you, right? Or "I just see it this way," right? Clairvoyance, right? So pay attention to your language first and foremost. That will help you a lot, okay? Additionally, there are a lot of quizzes and things like that online that you can play with, and I've played with them all. I love psychic quizzes, but these quizzes will also help you to figure out some of the different things about each of these clairs and how they work. So if you see things in a visual way, if you are a visual learner, then clairvoyance is probably your strongest clair, right? If you were an auditory learner, or you love music and you love listening to music and you can really hear the subtleties in the music and that means a lot to you, or even conversely, if you love silence, sometimes that also means that that is your strongest clair of clairaudience, right? So just paying attention to those types of things and noticing what has meaning to you and what you tend to use the most. And that will pertain also to your psychic abilities, right? So, and think of this, like your psychic abilities are essentially just your physical abilities turned on high, So if you have a strong visual sense, then you probably have a strong energetic visual sense as well, okay? So just paying attention to those things will help you to know which of your clairs are the strongest. Now, that being said, it's very possible to have multiple clairs as your strongest, or they could all be equally strong. This is possible too. So, paying attention to those things too. And as you continue to develop your clairs, they will grow at varying levels as well. So if you were working a lot on clairaudience, then eventually that might be your strongest clair above the others. So just paying attention to how you're developing them and at what rate you're developing them is going to affect what might be your strongest clair at any given point, because they are always changing. The levels of development and growth of all your clairs are always changing. And so, yeah, what might have been your strongest clair 6 months ago may not be your strongest clair now. So always just paying attention to, how you're communicating, what language you're using, and what things seem to be most important to you as far as your senses. So anyway, I hope that helps. And like I said, just keep on playing with and developing your clairs and having fun with it, okay? You are meant to have all of your clairs, and you can have them at whatever levels that you want to have them that are useful to you, okay? You don't have to have them all turned on high. You don't have to have them all at the same level. So they all help you in different ways, okay? And what makes you unique is the levels that you have your abilities. So mine may be leveled here, 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 and here, or whatever, and yours may be different. And that makes us super unique in the way that our clairs manifest and the way that we use them. So, and like I've said before, don't compare your clairs to somebody else, because yours are going to manifest differently than everyone else's. And that is what makes you so awesome. So anyway, I hope this video has helped you. And just go have some fun and go practice your clairs and just play with it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day.